This is my stack of comics that I want to read in the near future. I've got a pretty light week in terms of single issues, and I've gotten into a really good habit of reading one of these before bed and then picking up my regular book, so not too worried about them today. But I am actually halfway through the Court of Owls saga, and I got the DC Compact to finish it off, and I think we could definitely manage that on this Saturday afternoon. So let's do a little bit of reading. Not only was this my first Batman story, but this was also my first DC Compact. I read the beginning of this in a regular trade format, and then I decided to pick up the compact to finish the story off. Rather than going and spending like $40 more on trades, I picked this up for $10, which is, you cannot argue, it is such a pro of this compact format, which I did really enjoy the reading experience of. I kind of expected to maybe like struggle with the size because this is so shrunk down compared to what I'm used to reading in. The only thing that I think maybe isn't great in this is like the darkness of a Batman story is already like feeling kind of tight. And so to have it shrunk down and also on a matte paper rather than a glossy finish does make it feel just a little bit unnecessarily dark. Paper quality leads me to the next thing. The whole time I was reading this, I was just fighting the urge to just sniff the pages. Like, I am obsessed with just the physicality of this as a book, which also bonus points to that. This is so much nicer to hand to a friend and say, here's a complete story. I think you might enjoy it. It's gonna look really good on a shelf compared to a skinny little spine or an assembly of skinny little spines. And so I will for sure keep picking up compacts. As for Batman, the Court of Owls saga, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have said this before, but I will say it again. My favorite thing that I'm discovering about Batman or Batman stories is how much of a character and how instrumental Gotham as a city is to everything that's happening. That is my favorite thing about Spider-Man or Daredevil. You can tell that these heroes have such a love for their city, and then that city does play a role in the story. But that is so next level here, and kind of has always been with Gotham, thinking back to like any of the movies and stuff that I've also seen. I think that's really cool. As for the Bat family, I have so much to learn, and I do understand why people like Dick Grayson a lot. He's got quite a few little scenes in here that just make you want to know a little bit more or see where he goes. And then this also includes a few extra stories, which are written by James Tynion IV, which I'm at a point now in my comic reading where I'm noticing that I'm really starting to recall and retain the creative teams behind the works. So that is really fun to me at this point when I recognize somebody being a part of something that I have enjoyed elsewhere. Man, I want to get more DC compacts, and I do think my next one will be Batwoman Elegy. I'm currently reading the Rebirth run for Batwoman, and I'm on volume 2, so about halfway through that story, and that was my introduction to her too, and much in the same timeline as picking up Batman for the first time, but I wanted to get into Batwoman ahead of her new #1. I'm really excited, but I think picking up Elegy will be what I'm lacking in terms of understanding her backstory. You get a really good summary in the Rebirth run, but it's so quick and you're into the story of that story. And so I think that Elegy will be a really good natural next step, and maybe I might not get to it before I read that #1. Let's see if I have the impulse control to save it. I'd say that's a pretty successful afternoon of comic book reading, and I will see you very soon because I have a huge new comic book day coming up.